Set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw and old dog poop. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
Well done, Corporal. Well done. I doubt a dozen soldiers could have done it better. Sokolov's knowledge will enable us to strike at the Lord Regent directly, and ultimately help you get your life back. Soon, we won't have to hide in the shadows. The royal physician is brilliant, but he was a fool to protect the Lord Regent. Sokolov gave us the elixir, the war machines. He could have made us a great nation. Now he pays the price for siding with the tyrant. You have my thanks, sir. If you wish to get some sleep, now is a good time.
I hope they don't have to hurt him. He's done some good in his time. Made that elixir against the plague, he did.
Normally, I'm a natural philosopher, but today, consider me a humble craftsman here to serve. Now that we have Sokolov as a guest, ask him how the Academy is making him royal physician. Ask him how he stole my elixir for him.
Of two of our city's best and brightest, the Lords Custis and Morgan Pendleton. All holdings and parliamentary votes now fall to Lord Trevor Pendleton, who asks for during this time of mourning.
Corvo, can I tell you something? I have a secret retreat nearby that may come in handy if the city watch ever kicks in the doors. It's an abandoned apartment across the street from the bar. I don't think anyone else here knows about it, but I'm guessing I can trust you. The key is stashed under my bunk upstairs. If there's ever trouble, you can go there for safety. I know I will.
Lord Pendleton has departed for the evening to attend to matters at the manor. It concerns the departure of his brothers. I'm sure you understand.
Lord Pendleton Memoirs, Chapter 41, in which I bed two of the Boyle women and only missed the third by virtue of some inclement weather. It was the month of rain. To counter the gloom, the Boyle ladies hosted 3 nights of merriment by invitation only. Lydia was most fetching in lavender pants and a tunic of yellow silk. She was pleased with me from the moment I walked in the door, with my manservant bringing not 1 but 2 cases of effervescent wine from the south. In fact, I had come laden with gifts, such that all three Boyle women soon took notice, and they set out to make me more than welcome. We uncorked the wine right away, and as night fell, we... Wallace! Confound these interruptions.
La di da di da di da, la di da di da, la di da di da da da, la di da da.
Don't worry. We won't start the interrogation without you.
Where do I find a good meal around here? If you think prison food's bad, you should see what the Abbey serves its captives. I think the overseers make it themselves.
We're getting closer to reaching our goals, but our position is becoming more dangerous. You don't house and feed a half-dozen people without leaving telltale traces. Riverboats pass day and night, and the looters are going to start gathering once they're sure the plague has burned the place out. I conclude, if our enemies are not dead by the month of wind, we will be. There's a sadness in Emily, but she's strong, weathering the death of her mother just a half a year ago better than most grown men I've known. Once we take Dunwall Tower, I'll see that her life is better. I've always thought that I'd command the Navy in her name, but sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just take the title Lord Regent and do it properly.
The position is badly shaken up. I'll have the servants seated in your quarters. Take a night's rest, and then you can help.
Abducted some 6 months past, at the moment of her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Whatever you do, don't trust Sokolov, especially not on the subject. Cetacean anatomy.
Logic is flawed, anyone can see that. And not an original idea to be heard. His notes are a mess if he even keeps them. How he got this far is anyone's guess. He says what they want to hear. Friend of the rich, that's his method. Sokolov's true genius is pampering the aristocracy. Fools.
Dies.
Please be as quiet as you can. It took forever for Emily to fall asleep. Poor dear. It's okay, Emily, I'm here. She seems happier when you're here. Though I know you have important things to do. Out there, in the city.
Please leave a candle for me. It gets dark in here and I can't see my mother. I just want a candle. Where is Corvo?
She still has bad dreams. Though it's understandable given all she's been through. Sometimes she calls out your name. Sometimes she cries for her mother.
There's hardly a need to work on table etiquette. She knows it all, even if she chooses not to employ it. She'd rather hold her spoon by the wrong end and pretend it's a sword. Then suddenly she changes and she's all manners, asking for a tea party. I tried to oblige her, but I have little to work with. No proper plates. Instead of a cloth napkin, I've only the bar rag. Ale mugs instead of teacups. I've asked for things befitting her, but they have their minds on other things. For now, Emily and I decided to make a pretend dinner using paper and little things she's found here and there. On the floor, I suppose. Not right for a princess, but it'll have to do.
Corvo, wake up! You were making funny faces while you were sleeping. I decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here. Callista will come get me when she's done with her bath. Thanks, Corvo. It makes me feel better.
Well, Mr. Sokolov has certainly recovered. A good night's sleep has left him with an appetite.
Let us all praise their choice. The dance of investiture will take place without delay. The renovation.
I know it looks... I was inventing a new kind of lock. The tumblers shaped like snowflakes. Okay. The truth is, there is no snowflake lock. I was just, looking through the lock. I realize, well, everything you're thinking I already realize. I'm a natural philosopher, but that doesn't mean I'm not a gentleman, or I try to be one.
Dunwall citizens, be aware that
The young lady Emily was trying to sneak into your quarters while you slept, sir. I don't think she meant any harm.
display your pride in Dunwall by respecting the property and rights of others in these trying times and preserving the timeless beauty of our fair city.
The High Overseer is supposed to be the most pious man in the Empire, living completely in alignment with the Seven Strictures and guiding the people in the religious faction towards spiritual health. Campbell was a farce. If not for all the blackmail material he accumulated, he'd have never been more than a lower-level initiate among Overseers.
I hope Sokolov will cooperate. I'd hope to have him paint my portrait again one day. Just me this time. It's not that I object to holding him hostage for a while, since he's been aiding the Lord Regent, but it's a shame. I always found him rather charming.
Royal Physician, I believe you and Corvo knew each other in former days. Unlike you, our friend Corvo knows what loyalty means.
I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
It's my belief that Corvo was innocent in the death of the Empress, and the former spy master, or the Lord Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying this city, the heart of the Empire.
You are mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond petty scare tactics.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry plague, I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress, the very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you.
It's time to put him to the question.
You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Curious strategy.
Of which I approve.
It's well known that Sokolov is virtually addicted to a rare liquor called King Street Brandy. The taste is revolting, but I happen to have a bottle. However, I am reluctant to give it to you for Sokolov. It cost me quite a lot. It is very expensive stuff, a blend of rare Pendician spices and a drop of whale oil. Would you care to purchase it?
I'll leave it to you. But if you get tired of questioning Sokolov, I'll let you know that his taste for King Street brandy is legendary. I think Piero has a bottle. It might help persuade him. If not, well, call me if it gets entertaining.
Anton Sokolov dined with us at the manor several years ago. He is both brilliant and disgusting. I doubt
I could use a drink. King Street brandy? I didn't know any more existed. It is an extraordinary gift. I see I'm dealing with men of taste. I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I painted her to be sure, but I never saw her face or learned her first name. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait. But I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
He's right. You will be able to mingle with them once you're on the ground. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent and take her out in whatever way you can devise. We're very close now. If you do this tonight, we'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
I swear I never saw her face. Although I can vouch that her hindquarters are the finest in the city. And perhaps the Empire itself.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw? You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me.
Battle?
Of course.
Did you ever see pirates? And did you sink any?
Of course. Dozens. Oh, yes. But that's not for young girls to hear about.
But I will be Empress, won't I? And then I'll have to sink lots of enemy ships myself. And that's what Empresses do mostly, isn't it?
Of course.
I knew it! I read that some pirate ships have witches aboard that can cause storms and make whales do what they want. Is that true?
Yes. Mostly. Maybe we should be quiet now.
Very well. Everything was so fancy at the Golden Cat, but in a different way than the palace was fancy. The old Madame Prudence said that all the ladies are princesses and the men come to admire them.
my arc pylon will eclipse the old Sokolov model. If you require my unique services, we can quickly return to my shop.
The Boyle costume ball, huh? Well, that'll be fun, but not for everybody. You ready? Regent's pulling out all the stops for the Boyle family. I didn't think there'd be tall boys patrolling here tonight. Watch yourself, Corvo. They don't fool around. The good news is, once you get to the party, that mask of yours will let you blend right in. Enjoy your evening out with the folk of quality. Better you than me.
This area is restricted to invited guests only, by request of the local landowners. Unauthorized intruders will be expelled or
Nice.
This place gives me the creeps. Didn't old Granny Rags used to live right here?
Who? That crazy old lady?
They say she used to be a noblewoman until her whole family died off. They say she sold them to the outsider.
How about this? You do your damn job, and I'll watch out for scary old ladies.
Come on. I'm gonna...
party, Corvo? Is that what you dreamed of? All those months in Coldridge Prison while waiting for the executioner? Wealth, beautiful women in the latest fashions, laughing and drinking Tivian wine? And what of the host, Lady Boyle? I can see all her tomorrows, and I know that either she dies tonight at your hand, or she'll live out her days, month after month, year after year, far away, even as her fine clothes wear into tatters and her silken hair gets dull and gray. Half the city can see the lights from the party, and they dream of the delights inside. Will you tear it all to pieces? Either way, it's Lady Boyle's last party.
deception.
Maddie, don't chase after that. You don't know what's in it.
No place.
I should cut them out entirely. All of them.
Oh, yes. They're going to wear the same costume in different colors, and we're meant to.
Are you looking forward to the party?
Teaching decimated cards, the half-wit.
Pendleton? Is that you?
Oh, that's an awful mask. Where can I get one?
What did she expect? I told her you were trash.
And die waiting out here.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Why don't you wait here? as
Invitation,
a-
please.
And we'll go and make nasty remarks about Emma's style. Or lack of it.
Well, we know I'm no gentleman, so you might as well make them here.
You have to
Right
feel
this
sorry
way,
for
sir.
her. She's only here to ask for a handout. She must be desperate. When have the Boyles ever given anything away? Maybe she hopes she'll win the game. Life is so boring. I'd die without gossip. We'll probably die anyway, waiting for Emma.
I'll drink to that.
Which part?
Any of it.
Ah, Mr. Bunting. You just had someone here pretending to be you. Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Oh, and we have a game tonight. Esma, Lydia, and Waverly are wearing identical costumes in white, black, and red. You'll have to work out which of your hosts is wearing which color. Good luck.
Another party game. It was fun for a season, but now?
What is it tonight?
Guess which is which. Their hair and makeup. Oh my, that's wicked. Who made that mask for you? It's exactly like the wanted posters.
That's going to cast a pall over the whole evening. I think I'm starting to enjoy myself. I hear the whole second floor is off limits tonight. Too many guests walking off with their valuables.
Are you going to be playing the Boyles game?
Most of the guests are inside. Might be best if you joined them.
Yes. Pendleton? What's he got to say to me?
Pendleton is a gutless, lying sack of shit. I hope he's paying you well for this.
Be it noted that Lord Pendleton's representative has a pistol. You may proceed. A contest of honor will take place between this anonymous gentleman acting for the challenger, Lord Trevor Pendleton, and Lord Shaw, the challenged party. You will each turn and proceed to the marked positions and remain facing away from each other as I count down from 3. You may then turn and fire at
Get
will.
on with it. I'll kill this fool and we can all go back inside.
Sorry, my lord. We shall proceed. Stop. Stand right there. 3, 2, 1.
And that's another patron dead. What do we do now?
It's lucky we're in demand. I hear the Estermonts pay top coin. No use trying them tonight. Let's see if we can find a little brandy. Let the Boyles clean up the mess. Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Never doubted.
What most people don't remember is, the rats came a half a year before the Empress died. And the plague, too.
Are you sure? That's not how I remember it.
If something caused this, it's not the Empress's passing. That's what they want you to think.
Watch what you're saying.
I say nothing against the Lord Regent. He's the only one holding this together. He'll make us great again.
Some of us will be great. The Boyles, at least.
No. It's just luck they found crystals on their land, and that we can't make the rat lights without them.
And we can't get rid of the rats. Rat lights and whale oil.
Welcome to the Boyle
That's all we
estate.
live for now.
We found out what the whales could do, and it made us an empire. This is the beginning of a golden age.
Do you know they've dug down and found the ruins of another city under this one? Before the Overseers, before anything. I bet they thought they were in a golden age, too.
You need another drink, friend. Step back, sir. I don't believe we're acquainted.
Cunning costumes. But there must be a way to guess. They say Lydia's the sloppy one, and Waverly's a prude. Or is it the other way around? If only I could peek upstairs for clues.
Careful, sir. You look like the dangerous type.
You there, move along.
Welcome to my party. I don't believe you've had the pleasure.
No guests past
Should we
this
gather
point.
for whiskey and cigars tonight?
Indeed, I believe so.
Hello, sir.
I trust you are on the guest list, sir.
Evening, sir.
I'm not here for conversation.
You should see this as an opportunity.
To what? Learn a trade? Join the City Watch?
Your house built its fortune in crisis. You can do so again.
Land is worthless now. My buildings are full of corpses and rats. Where's the fortune there?
If you want to be beaten, go right ahead. Let your family starve. Sell your wife into prostitution. I'm sure I can get you a good price.
You son of a bitch.
There's the old pirate spirit. Things are changing too fast to give up just yet. First that nasty mess with the Empress, now the High Overseer's gone. Parliament is shifting. The whole city's turning upside down.
If we only had a good war to get into.
There you are. Although at this stage, I don't know who we could beat.
But don't you see, we don't need to win a war, only lose it. Everything's revalued, and we let the conquerors worry about the problems.
Interesting. I'll be informing the Lord Regent of your ideas in the morning.
You don't mean...
One sister's in red, one in white, one in black. I'm stumped. My wife thinks we should sneak upstairs to look for clues, but I don't like the looks of those guards.
Please, do you mind not interrupting us? Blow off, why don't you? This is the worst party of the year. I wish you were that assassin. Anything to be done with all this. All right, I'll go. I don't know why I came to a Boyle party of all places.
Welcome to the Boyle estate.
Are the new applicants as weak as the last set?
No. Ugh, you smell like the streets. Been slumming it, have you?
Did you hear about Mrs. Brimsley? You'll never believe this.
What is it now?
She had her jobber pick up a boy in the street, barely 16 years old, no family left.
I thought her interests were confined to her family.
I think she ran out of family a while ago.
What's it all about? And how do you know this?
My servants heard it from hers, naturally. They were sexual rights, I can only assume. Or else, I heard she bathed in her own nephew's blood.
Ridiculous. What sort of hygiene is that?
It's a ritual for the outsider, to keep them safe.
Emma, you could get her sent to the Abbey.
Nobody that rich gets sent anywhere they don't want. The Brimsleys made an awful lot of money this past century. Makes you wonder if those rituals work.
What happened to the boy?
I hear he enjoyed himself very much. For a while. Oh, hello, I'm Ella. Enjoy the party, if you can. What do you think of this place? Think how much money they must have. And I've heard this is nothing compared to what's in the basement vault. I hear the key is upstairs.
Here's a mystery. Are you perhaps with the Campbells? A cousin?
Careful. We tried for a peek upstairs and the man
Think
on
you'll
duty
get your own
is an
squad
ass.
after what happened last night?
I should have taught him
Yes,
some
of
manners.
course.
This party is a sham.
Please move
Excuse
along.
me, my cousin is a martyr.
Of course I don't mean you, but people are desperate, and the Boyles are awfully wealthy these days. Your obsession with the Boyles.
Ooh, scary mask. Anything you need, sir.
You, a gentleman?
I'll have you know I'm as gentle as I
Hello,
need
sir.
to be in any given situation. As I think I've proven.
I told you not to bring that up.
There's a great deal I could offer you.
Don't be silly. The rumors say the Boyles practically own your estate.
What if I said I could get you out of the city, away from all this, to Serkonos or further?
I don't believe you.
She
But if you're telling the truth,
they were trash.
we should talk further. But not here.
Excuse me.
Oh, leave him be. It's a party.
This is a private conversation.
It's a party. It's called mingling.
Mingle all you want, then. We'll speak later.
I'll find you.
Good evening. Who invited you? You don't look familiar, and I know everyone. Bother me again, and I'll speak to the guards. That's it. If you're not on the guest list, I advise you to leave.
Will our sisters in the oracular order make a pronouncement regarding the plague soon?
That man in the skull mask. I don't think he's on the guest list.
Yes, sir. I've had my eye on him. Excuse me, sir. May I ask your name? You're obviously a little drunk, so I'll make allowances for now.
Doing all right there.
Come and entertain me. You're a scandal in that mask. I like a man with poor judgment. Would you get me a drink? I'd be so grateful. It's so hot in here, I'd do anything for a drink.
I'm getting peckish. We should have the girl bring food.
I'm sure in a few drinks I'll find that mask funny.
Seem interesting? I love that mark on the back of your hand. Thank you so much. Now, how can I thank you? Are you playing Lady Boyle's guessing game? Well, I know for a fact that Waverly's in black tonight. In mourning for her reputation, I expect. Additionally, Lydia's in white.
I know your mission tonight. We must speak. Privately. I'm a friend of Pendleton's, and I've done a few favors for your cause. I know your purpose here tonight, and how to say this, your target is the woman I love. I swear that if you'll bring her to me unharmed, you will never hear of her again. There's a cellar directly below the kitchen. I'll wait for you there. I'm not proud of this, but surely it's better than seeing her killed. Her name is Lydia. I won't harm her, I swear. I'm a man of means. Just bring her to the cellar, and I will keep her safe with me. Forever.
Hello. The Boyles hope you have a wonderful time tonight. Welcome to the Boyle estate. Never doubt it.
See if Marcy will bring us up a few of those cakes, and a pitcher of ale.
Why don't you ask her?
And a fifth of whiskey.
Forget it. She's not gonna risk her job for us, not in these times.
I don't like this job. They put 4 guards up top. That's not a regular deployment.
Well, 3 of us at time.
What's that mean to you?
Relax. We're just the reserves.
In case what? Lady Boyle tries to shake down one of her guests? It's something else. You can feel it at the party. Everyone's nervous. Something's coming.
I wish it were Marcy.
Very good. Just stay alert.
Don't you think this color suits me?
Yes.
A drink? Anything else? Unchaperoned? You promised to behave yourself. We'll go to the music room. We have an exquisite old harpsichord. Do you play? Things have become so much better for us since the rats came. Not that I'm in
Enjoy.
favor of it, morally. Well, here we are. What shall we do with ourselves? Nothing to say. You are an odd one under that mask. Well, this was a bit less interesting than I thought. Perhaps I'll leave you alone.
I'm wondering if I should upgrade the staff.
Indeed.
Hello, sir.
You remember who's who, don't you? Who brought him, I wonder? I do hope it wasn't Mrs. Brimsley.
Scary mask.
You found her! Quickly, let's get her on board. At last. Oh, my love. Someday you will understand. You'll never know how happy you've made me. Someday she'll learn to appreciate me. After all, she'll have her whole life.
Anything you need, sir. Welcome to the Boyle Estate.
You there. Move along.
The ox roast we had last week might have been the best I've had.
Doing all right there.
I trust you're behaving yourself. I heard Lord Brisby was looking for you.
hope you enjoyed your evening, sir. But we'd best be on our way. Quickly.